Yo, what is going on, guys? It's BarmyTerror BT for short, and today, yes, I'm your mechanic with Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, and we are back with a brand new, fabulous, fantastic car. Yes, we are back with the Bolt Atlanta F-Mill. Now, as you can see, boom, straight to the status, and yeah, Bolt Atlanta F-Mill. Beautiful car, a bit worse for wear, but you know me, I do like to buy my cars in shit state. But yeah, I basically bought this car for a bit over the car value that it is at the moment. I bought it for about just over £5 grand. Currently it is standing at £4,027 or dollars, whatever you want to call it. It's that much money. Now, so far, all I've done is taken out the engine and basically bought all the parts for the engine that I could possibly buy, and that has come to, well, let's just say I tallied it all up, made sure that I was getting all the right money and stuff like that, just so if you wanted to see how much the engine actually cost me if I wanted to fully rebuild it, it cost me about $5,368 or pounds, whatever you want to bloody call it. That's how much money that I actually spent to redo the whole engine. Now, the problem with this engine is it didn't give me a lot to work with, so I literally had that. I managed to get it to 100%, so I spent no money on it whatsoever. But I had to spend money on every single part after that. And it's expensive, I'm not going to lie. But a little bit of knowledge about this car that I'm working on. Now, you may have wondered, why is it called an F-Mill? Well, that's because of the 6-cylinder engine rather than the typical V8 engine. And you may see this type of engine in maybe a tractor type vehicle, or maybe it looks similar to an old prop plane type engine. But yeah, it's an old 50s style car, and that is why it is the F-Mill, because of the smaller size engine. So just a little bit of knowledge just for you guys. But anyway, let's tell you a bit about what I've been doing while I've been doing all this shenanigans. Basically, I went on a bit of a buying spree, and I bought a load of cars just ready to fix and make, really. And if you go into here, as you can see, I bought a load of things, hence why I've not got as much money, but I'll soon build that up. It wouldn't take me very long indeed. But if we go into the Car Mechanic car park, and you'll see the beautiful cars that I have lined up just in store for you. And I will be buying a lot more cars, so don't think, oh, this is just going to be these cars. No, I'm going to try and do every car in the game. That is my plan. And as you can see, they're all worse for wear. There is no nice car in here. Well, they will be nice cars, but there are no pristine cars at this point in time. They are all shit state. And as you can see, this is the old, the one I did in my last episode. Fully restorated, beautiful, oh, so sexy. But moving on, yeah, we've got all these different types of cars here, ranging from really classy to classic to a little bit modern as well. And the one I'm really looking forward to working on is the Dodge, this beautiful one here. But we will not be getting into that just yet. No, these are cars that we are going to be working on in the future. And yes, if you do see a car that you know in Car Mechanic Simulator that you would have liked to have seen a bit earlier on, then please let me know, and I'll see if I can find that car and do it as a quicker restoration rather than just going through the paces. But so far, yes, oh my god, this car is beautiful. I mean, it's a bit like a pickup truck, really, like, you know, the old style, you know, Starsky and Hutch, yeah. Oh, what's that one with the fucking orangutan? I can't quite remember. But yeah, that style of car. But yeah, it's a 50s car. Beautiful. But now what we're going to do is we're going to be getting onto the 6-cylinder engine. Now this is a beautiful engine if it was in a tractor or something like that. But yeah, sadly it's not as big as the beautiful, but it's a beautiful engine nonetheless. But let's get into making... oh, I don't want to go into my bloody tablet. Okay, let's get into making this beautiful specimen of an engine. And as you can see, if I go into my inventory, you can see all the stuff I've bought, just ready to boom 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 splash, pull it into the engine, make it so it's all nice and cushy. But yeah, and I don't have to namby-pamby with buying all the other crap, just because at the end of the day, it's when I'm doing it for you, it's a bit different for me because I'm going into pressing T into tablet, going into all the parts, looking all the parts up and stuff like that. This is boring if you're just watching it and you're not actually doing it. So I've taken out the middleman and I've just shown you all the shenanigans that comes with it. Bada bing, bada boom, Mr. Worldwide and all that crap. But yes, so what are we going to do? We are going to be plussing this shit and we are going into the camshaft. And no, there's the crankshaft and the camshaft. I do get mixed up with them. I'm very sorry. I am not a mechanic in real life, so a lot of this stuff I don't actually know what it would do. I mean, I know the basics of an engine and stuff like that, and I know that obviously these move creating friction and air and stuff like that, pushing the fuel. Ask a mechanic. Well, I am meant to be a mechanic, but ask a different mechanic, should I say? But yeah, I'm not very good with this sort of stuff. But as you can see, right, what we're going to do is we're going to be sticking the flywheel in. Again, don't ask me. I can drive a car and stuff like that. I can change the oil in a real car. I can put washer fluid in, stuff like that. Change a battery, change a wheel. Ask me to look into an engine? Not gonna happen. But anyway, yeah, it's just one of those things. In real life, sadly, I think we've lost touch with our mechanical sides, and I think a lot of kids these days wouldn't even know what to do with a vehicle or an engine. I sure as hell I don't. But I would love to go back to school and if they taught us all about engines and stuff like that. Actual proper shit, not this, Pythagoras theory, blah de blah de blah and all that. No, actually get us to nitty gritty stuff like, oh, we know how to build a wooden box, but we don't know how to build an engine. Going back to DT, Jesus Christ, that's a long time ago. But what we're doing now is we're just putting in the pistons. Now the pistons obviously have to be locked in place with a rod cap, just in case you are not aware. And 6-cylinder engine goes from the pistons, so there's 6 pistons per cylinder, and the cylinder is these things here. Now if I actually turn myself around, you'll actually see these circles here are known as cylinders, and each cylinder has one piston in it that moves up and down via the camshaft. It's the camshaft, isn't it? Crankshaft, sorry. Sorry if I'm mislaying that information, but yeah, basically each piston is locked into the crankshaft, and as the crankshaft moves, each piston one at a like, it's like a concertina effect, like two push up, 2 push back. It's that type of thing. But it's not. It's 3 push up, 3 push back, hence 6-cylinder. If it was a V8, it's a 8-cylinder. So it would be 4 push up, 4 push back. You get my drift. It's really quite simple. Just to visually think. Obviously, I know what I'm talking about in my head. But whether it's coming out good on the video, I have no idea. But you're probably thinking, Barmy, you're talking so much shit, just shut up. But yeah, okay, I'm going to shut up. But no, I just love doing this game. This game is so intriguing, it's so interesting, and if you are even interested in just building, like in general, you know, like these simulators, like aeroplane simulator and stuff like that, holy shit, this is the perfect game for you. I'm not even joking. Like, you build an engine from scratch if you really want to, just like I've done. I mean, I've had no help with this at all. It was just the engine block that I had to play with. That was literally it. And I kind of like getting rid of all of the engine parts and buying my own new ones and placing them in, just to have 100% engine, really. But yeah, and obviously some stuff you do miss out, but that's the way of life, really, isn't it? But no, it's such a good game. I mean, I've got the 2015 one. Never really got into the 2015 one. I didn't quite understand the whole mechanics of the game itself. But the 28 one, they've hit it on the head. Now, I've heard from the cuckoo's nest, or the grapevine, as they say. Heard it from the grapevine. It's a beautiful song. I probably actually sang it completely wrong, but you know, hey ho, where did your father go? Anyway, yeah. So basically, with Car Mechanic Simulator, I heard that they're doing a tank simulator one, so you get to build your tanks. I'm really hoping they put Betty in there, which is the old World War Two, World War Two or World War One tank. I'm not too sure, but it was the first tank that us British used back in. But yeah, it was our first tank. They called it Betty. I'm pretty sure it's Betty. Yeah, Betty. But yeah, yeah, and I've heard that they're doing a plane one as well, so can't wait for that. Like maybe fixing jets and stuff like that. Hopefully they're gonna do some old like F1s, you know, the Hurricane Tornado type planes and the old big Boeing 474s or what the fuck they wanna call them these days. There's so many fucking numbers, I do not know which way it is up. I'm talking absolute crap. Okay, so what we've just done, we've just put on the fuel pump and the oil filter. Happy days. Now the ignition. And the ignition rotor. Happy days. And the cap. So that is the whole of the ignition thing. Voila. And this is when you turn the key in and it goes. It's basically gone through there. Started up the engine. Happy days. Okay, so now we're putting on the engine head. This protects everything, all cushy and light. Now, as you can see, you may actually miss this when you're doing your own engine in that, because they're not exactly lit up very well. It's just happens to be the angle I've got. It's actually pretty good for seeing them. And it's the spark plugs. The spark plugs go in here. What do you mean? I'm pretty sure I bought spark plugs. Clearly I did. So you can just miss stuff out. So if I just do that, spark plugs, I buy 6 of them, happy days. I'm pretty sure it's 6, might be wrong, probably 6. Hopefully it's 6, I would love it to be 6, please be 6. I don't really want to spend more money than I actually have. Well, I've got the money to spare. I bought a shit ton of cars with my money as well, so I'm really happy with that. And it'll be easy for me to earn the money anyway. I'll just restore some fairly newer cars and just sell them off, lovely jubblies and all that. And what do you mean the wires? Okay, so I clearly do miss stuff. That does happen. Ignition wires. Ignition wires. Ignition. Ignition wires, and that's 16B. Happy days. And to be honest, guys, this is what I'm talking about. You don't really want me to be going 16B, what was that again? Oh, I can't remember, hang on. Let's go back to that, and then coming into that, pressing escape, going back into the thing. You're going to be like, Jesus Christ, Barmy, like, you've just had a look at the bloody thing. Like, can't you remember that one little detail? No, I can't. It takes me fucking ages to buy all this stuff. Now, what we're doing now is we're pushing in the push valves, and this basically locks the whole engine together, I do believe. I'm not too sure, could be wrong. But I assume as it goes through the full length of the actual engine, that it's actually just locking everything into place. I could be totally wrong, and if I am wrong, please correct me. But yeah, this is a really nice engine, I have to admit. I'm not sure why it's light blue. But I guess that's the way that they like to show it off, as light blue. I mean, light blue's a nice colour and all. I'm not dissing light blue. Yeah, I'm all up for light blue. No, give me that. Okay, oh no, I am wrong. The push valves so you can put the rocker arms on. Again, rocker arms, don't ask me what they do, but oh my god, I'm actually having so much fun with this game. It's one of those games you can get lost in. I mean, I've played over 100 hours on this game anyway, and I love it. It's a nice game if you're not into pure concentration and stuff like that. Then it is the game for you. Because I play a lot of PUBG. Sometimes that can be really taxing on the head and brain and concentrations and all that shenanigans. Sometimes you just want a place to relax. And yeah, I go to this. Hence why I've racked up a load of hours, money, and stuff like that. I mean, I love this game. I can't fault it at all. And I just can't wait for them to, I don't know, expand their horizons with this game. Maybe add some, maybe more cars, more up-to-date cars. I don't know how practical that's going to be. What with the fact that most modern cars now are electronic, so you kind of go away from the whole building of an engine type thing to more computers, and it's just, I don't think that would necessarily be that fun unless they take away the whole computer system thing, and they add just as the building of a really nice car. And I know the workshops and stuff like that have these really nice new like the F1s and stuff like that come in, and happy days. And if you want to see me do some modded vehicles, then please let me know. Once I've done this series with all the cars in general, then please let me know, because I would actually really love to get this series on the go. And what I've just done is I put on the air filter as a oneer, and basically as the air pistons like move back and forth, they create air pushing, and it comes up and out of here, and it filters out all the crap and stuff like that. You do need to get that changed every now and then in real cars, but that is for a later date. And as you can see, I am nowhere near done, as it tells you. Right, if we go plus again, I don't know why it came out of it. I think mainly because of that. And then we've got a water pump. Screw that bad boy in. Happy days. And the detail on this game is unbelievable as well. Like, I do love this game and what they've done with it, and what is to come. Okay, I'm pressing the wrong thing. Sorry. What is to come is like I can't wait. I am generally looking forward to it. Absolutely looking forward to it indeed. Now we're doing the timing belt, and actually timing belts you do actually have to get professional, and they do it all properly. But that is in a garage. But they just don't bother with this game. It's just a belt that you just place on. Let's zoom out of that, and we're going to put the power steering. Now in newer cars you normally have power steering. That works a bit better, and it's normally electronic as well. I know in my car, in my real life car, that I have power steering. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of technology, power steering. Alright, go fast around corners without even worrying. Guys, I do not recommend you go fast around corners without a care in the world. Trust me, I learned my lesson from that. But yeah. Just have fun. I mean, driving should be fun. I do love it. I do love driving in real life, and I do love driving games, to be honest. I'm not a massive fan of them. I'm more of a shoot 'em up type of guy. When it comes to gaming and stuff like that, I do love it. I do love a good shoot 'em up game. Can't wait for the new Call of Duty to come out. Holy shit! I'm going to be streaming that, hopefully, maybe. When it comes out, and it is coming out fairly soon, and I will be buying it 100%. Now I do believe that I have done that. Ignore that. That's because of the gearbox that goes on the end, but you have to actually put that on when the car is actually doing its thing. Now we're just going to do a cursory check to see if we have missed any of the details. And see if we can see any ghostly figures. I say ghostly figures. We're probably actually going to want to split it. Not split it. Actually, give it a good old. No, wrong way. Turn. Good boy. We got the revenge. Holy shit. Okay, we go in here. We go plus. Okay, guys. Help me out here, bros. Can you see anything I may have missed? Which is a big possibility, guys. Massive possibility. I actually, I'll probably actually miss quite a bit. But you know what? They'll soon tell me at a later date. Okay, so basically we've got the whole engine set up. See what I mean by it looks like it could come out of a tractor. It's not the big engine, and at the end of the day, cars like this, they weren't very heavy. They weren't very power hungry either. They literally, they were designed to go, and yeah, they didn't need a big engine. These days you need a fucking big engine because the cars are so bloody heavy and shenanigans and all that. So can we take this pump out? So we need a brake pump. I'm going to just replace that straight away because it's just going to annoy me, and I'm going to probably forget it, and Brake P. No. What? Okay, brake. There's a brake salvo. So where's the brake pump? Okay. I don't know where brake pump is. Where's the brake pump? Well, that's A. And thankfully these are actually in alphabetical order. Now I've got brakes. Brake module, ABS pump. It did say brake pump, didn't it? I'm pretty sure it said brake pump. Brake salvo. Holy shit. Right, okay. It was being an arsehole and saying it was brake pump when it was a brake salvo. Arseholes. Let's buy one of them. Holy shit, that's expensive. That's 229 geezers. Let's add that bad boy back into there. Just so that I don't forget. Otherwise, it is going to be one of those small details I do forget. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually place the engine back into its rightful place. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to this, to the engine crane, and we're going to bring it over to lift A, or lift 1, if you want to see. And we're going to say, right, okay, we're going to... No. We're going to take the engine off the crane. It doesn't actually show the engine on the crane, which is a bit of a shame. And install. Yes, we want to install that. Happy days. Actually, no, we probably actually want to take that out. Pull out. Because what we want to do is we want to install and make sure that we haven't. Piston rings. Okay, we apparently missed out piston rings. Pretty sure we haven't. We'll come back to that. But we'll stick it in there and we will... Actually, no. I'll put it back on the thing and I'll be back in a minute, guys. I'll see you in a jiffy. Yo, and I am back, guys. And we just had a bit of a graphical glitch. That was the problem. The parts that were there are actually there. But for some reason, it's not picking it up. Now, what I've done now is I've shoved the engine back into the car. So it's just sitting there quite cushiony, nicely, hey ho, like just chilling really. And what we are going to do now is we're going to actually put the brand new gearbox in. What did I do with it? Did I put it in the warehouse? I might have put it in the warehouse. Okay, what did we do with you? No, I want you back in. We do want to sell you though for 46 quiddos. Oh, I had some of them anyway. Shit. And I need the battery as well. No, for fuck's sake. It's really weird because it's like a right click to pull it in and out of your different things. And I had spark plugs as well. Mother. Ah. Okay, I paid for twice, but you know what? You're gonna need spark plugs in the next thing anyway. So I'm not technically lost out there at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the old gearbox in, this beautiful shenanigan of a thing that allows you to change gears. Now, I can tell you that because I know for sure. What we are missing here, we are missing a starter. And I think that's it. I just think we need a starter, which will actually start the car. Okay, but that's accessible with actually pulling down the car as a whole. And I've just got my WANSD all mixed up. This is a horrible looking car to look at the moment, but it will look beautiful at once we are finished. And we're going to shove that back where it belongs. Okay, so we're going to want a starter. Please say we don't need a fucking V8 one. I don't think we do. I think it's just a general one. If we go into here and then we go plus. Yeah, it's just a general starter. Happy days, you can't really complain about that. Lovely jubbly. We're going to go start. Start, that's 68 quid. Happy days. Roger me dodger. And then we put that in. Happy days. Nice. And that is us practically done for that, I think. If we come out of that, go into that, and then press plus. And just give a quick cursory check to see if there are any ghostly figures that it wants us to have a look at just before we decide to sod off. And like I said before, we are going to make this look cushy as hell. I can't believe how shiny this is. It's beautiful. So beautiful. This engine, oh my god. Like, oh wow. Beautiful engine. Such pristine workmanship, you know. I know, buddy. I know. It just made it. Like, it's so awesome. Yeah, I'm going to shut up now. But that is the engine complete. Now, I know that takes a bit of time, the old engine, and I've had a great time doing it. But so far, guys, this is I've forgotten the name of the car. Holy shit. Right, this is the Bolt Atlanta F-Mill, well, building of the engine. And then the next episode, which will be the complete episode after that, we will be building the car up, both from front to back, and making the fucking panels and that look cushy and gleaming and sexy. But until then, guys, I really hope you like this episode. I really hope you stay tuned into this series, and if you really like it, make sure you smack that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to me, because I am pretty awesome, and I want you to be awesome with me. And until then, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Catch you later, guys. See ya.